An air show is flashy. The hardware is big, shiny, and glamorous. The product demonstrations are spectacular and noisy. The delegates wear fancy outfits, and they do deals worth billions in any currency you choose. For aviation buffs, an air show easily knocks most trade fairs into the middle of next week. In just 2 years, Singapore is putting a whole new air show on, one that's intended to rival the world's biggest in the world's newest hotspot, Asia. If it doesn't take off, heads may roll.
For the entire zone, absolutely no hall lighting.
Even if it does, it has to run without a hitch, or it's heading for a spectacular disaster. The day before Asia's biggest, newest air show opens, billions of dollars worth of planes are being parked outside, the pride of the show. But Jimmy Lau, the air show's managing director and its force of nature, is on the trash trail. He thinks the cleaners are in denial, and he's off gathering evidence. Sure enough, there's plenty of rubbish lying about.
We take a photograph of all this junk on the floor and show it to the cleaner. There's still plenty of junk around.
There's good reason for Jimmy's pre-show nerves. Aerospace is one of the biggest businesses there is. U.S. sales alone reach around $200 billion a year. Jimmy's aiming to get a good portion of that business done at his air show. He intends it to be the biggest, most important military and commercial show in Asia. If you're going to put on an air show, there are many things to organize. Planes for one thing, and plenty of them. You'll need an aerial display and loads of pilots looking to business. You need buyers. You need sellers. You need a staff, everything from managers to cleaners to engineers. And you need somewhere to put them all. Just 6 months earlier, the only sign of the impending air show is a building site. There's going to be a wide access road, a massive display area for planes, an even bigger car park, a couple of rows of chalets for the more extravagant exhibitors, and for the main exhibition, the biggest shed in Asia. The man in the state of muted panic is Andy Ko. He's the head of construction. One of his chief worries is the SADA, the Static Aircraft Display Area. It's a large open area of asphalt with a strong reinforced section designed to support the weight of giant aircraft. Andy has just discovered that the problem with just-in-time delivery is that sometimes it's not. The next layer of asphalt hasn't shown up. Some of the workers pass the time with a bit of health and safety.
Pest control find a lot of bonsai, so I'm telling all of you, don't do that. We catch go up. Okay? Fine, $200. You see any man down there, take photo, give me. Reward $100. Any question? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Finally, the asphalt arrives and the work can carry on. With barely months to go before the show opens, only the smallest area necessary is being reinforced, an area to be known as the Hammerhead on account of its shape. The ground has been leveled and compacted, then covered by around a foot of hardcore, then layers of stones. This is tested to make sure it can bear the weight of the planes before being covered in several layers of asphalt. The exhibition hall, prefabricated to save time and money, is also being completed. The last of the massive steel girders swings into place. They have been made to measure in Vietnam, where labor is cheap. They're so massive because the area of the double hall is the same as around 6 football pitches. Over in Hong Kong, there's another air show on, Asian Aerospace. For 25 years, this show was held in Singapore. Then the organizers decided to move it here, after a spat with the Singapore government about finances. Until then, it had been Asia's most successful air show, the last event bringing about $15 billion in sales. Quite a target for either of the new shows to beat. Jimmy's come to check out the competition. It's no secret, though, that a main reason why everyone's here is to keep an eye on the future. Hong Kong is the gateway to China, and plenty of aviation companies want a piece of that action. Industrial espionage over, Jimmy starts drumming up custom for his own air show. But there's no harm in telling people that his show will be bigger and better.
The exhibition you have here is the same footprint as this hall. So we are almost double the size of the show you have here.
Hong Kong's quite a small show, giving Jimmy a chance to make his show the biggest and most important and the most spectacular in Asia. A place where all the top companies can come and show off their wares, military and civil alike. And be sure of a large, receptive audience of buyers. That means stuffing the new 40,000 square meter shed full with over 311 stands for more than 600 companies. Packing the outside park with over 60 kinds of snazzy flying machines. And providing all the facilities of a high-end air show. And for that extra attention-grabbing splash, Jimmy's got a secret weapon. The Black Knights, the Republic of Singapore Air Force Aerobatics Team. The show will have to be top-notch. What the crowds won't see are the hours of preparation. It's all the more of a challenge because these are not professional display pilots, but combat flyers on active duty.
The challenges will be to make it a safe display, but exciting enough. So it's a fine balance. Same thing.
It may look simple, but actually it's a lot of hard work in the air. After our session, we're normally drenched. So it's like a complete workout.
Formation, coming around, like this. When you come around here, just shy of.
A premier air show is more than just a giant shed and a parking lot for planes. But if it's run properly, it should seem that simple. There can be no problems, no breakdowns, and no delays.